Well, who are these people? Let's take a look because we know. We've got John Biggerstaff. You can see this box right here. He's a police reserve officer. He was accused of promoting prostitution business and using his job to tip off people selling cocaine about the police. While on probation, he tested positive for cocaine and he was given 38 days in jail. We've got Nathan McClough. He's a corrections officer. He pleaded guilty to one rape charge after raping two women after they fell asleep at a party. That's him right there. That's Nathan. We've got Officer Tommy Bailey. He's accused of becoming angry during a poker game, and he pulled a gun on another poker player and was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which is a pretty serious crime, but he was only convicted of improper exhibition of a firearm. So, of course, he did not get any jail time. No jail time there for Officer Tommy Bailey. Officer Tim James, charged with repeatedly punching a handcuffed 17-year-old in the back of a police car while the sergeant shouted for him to stop. Charged with battery instead of child abuse. We see this one all the time. Every time a cop hits somebody in handcuffs, that's a felony. You can't hit a restrained person, somebody in handcuffs, somebody tied up, somebody gagged. You can't hit them. You can't injure them. So when cops put somebody in a handcuff and hit them, that's a problem. In Arizona, at least, that's a felony. But they always drop it down. Once it goes to the prosecutor's office, they just reduce those things down like it's nothing. Happens every day. Would that happen to you? No. Would it happen to me? No, of course. We're going to get prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. They're not even going to think twice about that. Next one, we've got James Smith. James Smith is a corrections officer who was accused of pulling a gun on his fiance and threatening to kill her. Felony charge, once again, reduced to a violation of a municipal ordinance. So you take a serious felony charge, pointing a gun at somebody, which is like an aggravated assault charge. Felony. You can't do that. Reduced down to a violation of a municipal ordinance, which is like usually a disorderly conduct, very minor, slap on the wrist, no jail time. Would that happen to you or me? Probably not. Next, we have even more officers. Oh my goodness. We've got Stephen Ray Tilley, another corrections officer accused of threatening to put a hole in his girlfriend's head. Nice guy. Posted nude photos of her on her Instagram, and the case is still under investigation for cyber harassment. So that is another corrections officer. We've got Brandon Maynard, who traded porn magazines and cigarettes for a chance to date an inmate's girlfriend. What? He was released without bail, and he pled guilty to that charge. We've got Tom McDonald. Tom McDonald was caught putting his hand under a woman's shirt and grabbing her chest, threatened to fight the woman's boyfriend. Charge was diverted. Motion was filed to expunge the arrest. So he's an officer. He grabs somebody's chest. He's going to fight the boyfriend, and he gets what's a diversion program. So he goes and he takes some classes. He goes and learns about why you shouldn't grab women's unsolicited breasts and beat up their boyfriends. He's going to go get training about that. He's going to go do a class, and then they're going to dismiss the charges and, of course, expunge the arrest. So that's, again, ask yourself, would you get that same benefit? Would your charges be dismissed if you did something like that? Hard to say, but I'm going to venture no. Next big one, we've got, this name is very difficult to pronounce, Akinyemi Borisati. And it was an officer who was filmed arresting a drunk woman and slamming her into the pavement, caught on camera, shoving the woman into a wall and hitting her stomach and chest and face with a closed fist. Officer's case is sealed and cannot be found. The woman who was assaulted received a trespassing charge and resisting arrest charge and can still be found on the clerk's website. So that was this gentleman here. We see his photograph. We've got Kyle Kiviz and Lance Griffiths. They were accused of tampering with evidence at an officer's shooting scene. Charges dropped and arrests have been sealed and expunged. So again, more tampering of evidence, more falsifying documents. This is active dishonesty that we are talking about. And then finally, we've got one more page because, as I said, there were 59 of these people from the sheriff's office. So let's go through them. This is the bad popo segment. And we've got Officer Erica Mccray. She was arrested on child abuse charge. Her case is no longer available. We've got an unknown officer who was caught on camera punching and pepper spraying a shackled woman who was driving on a suspended license, then accused of lying on the report. The investigation, of course, is still pending. We've got some other unknown officers who face charge for the abuse of a disabled adult after restraining an inmate in the mental health unit and hitting him. And then we've got Matthew Butler, who is our final bad popo of the day, who was a police officer. He faces possible life sentence for felony sexual battery charges. He's accused of raping and molesting 2 girls for years, one since she was 9 years old. He was released on bond. Then he violated his conditions by driving near one of the victims, and he's now being held in jail. Whoa. I need to catch my breath. That was a lot of really now being bad in jail. Really bad popo.